Hello, seventh graders. Welcome to week 2 of technology class. So just a quick review. Last week, I asked everybody for your homework to join our Google Classroom. And so let me see, taking a look at my sheet, I believe that about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 of you have joined. So there are still a bunch of you who still need to join the classroom. So please do that right away, because you won't be able to begin the lesson that I have for you today without being able to actually log into the Google Classroom and access the lesson, right? Okay, so when you do sign up, you will be joining our 7th grade class. And when you click into it, you'll notice that our current lesson is called Technology, Ethics, and Security. And so what we're going to be doing is researching technology risks and dangers, exploring solutions. You'll be choosing a topic. So they have a list of topics that you can choose from. So I'm totally open to you just selecting one that's interesting to you. And then we will have 2 parts to this assignment. One of them will be done in Google Docs, and that's where you'll do all of your research. And then the second one will be done in Google Slides, and that's where you will actually present your findings to us. So if we were actually in the technology classroom, then you guys would have the opportunity to come in front of the class and you could present on the big screen, like a 2-minute presentation, just summarizing what you discovered about your topic. But lucky you, we're not in the technology room, so now you don't have to present. Bummer. I know there's a lot of you guys who do like to present, but I bet some of you are like, yes, I don't like going in front of the class. I don't want to do the presentation. So I guess it's your lucky week. But I would love to offer extra credit for anybody who would like to make a video, just like a 2-minute video of themselves sharing their PowerPoint. And just how like I share on the video, you could record yourself with your presentation and tell us about your topic. I could give you a bonus for that. So if anybody does want to do that, of course, I don't want to limit anyone. So yes, by all means, record us a video and I can show it on one of the videos in the coming weeks, okay? All right, so let's get started right away so we have enough time to go through everything. So what you do is you click into where it says explore a topic, and then you click start. And if this might look familiar, because if you remember last year, we used the Google CS First curriculum, and it's very similar. What they do is they have like a short video with each of the steps, and they go through and they show you how to do everything. And then on the right-hand side here, they have like instructions, and they have like a step-by-step of what you're supposed to be doing for this part of the lesson. And if there's any files that you're supposed to download, they also will have links to them. So that's why you need access to the Google Classroom, so that you can be able to get all of the information and documents and things that you need to complete the lesson, okay? All right, so let me put on the first video. He's gonna talk a little bit about what the topics are, and then we'll continue and you guys can choose one.
Welcome to Explore, Create, Communicate. In Explore, Create, Communicate, you will learn by exploring on your own, then by teaching your classmates and even your teacher. Each Explore, Create, Communicate activity is about a different area of technology and how it affects your daily life, your security, and the planet. You can work on these activities on your own or within a group. First, you will pick a topic to explore. Choose one from the website or develop your own. Next, get ready to explore. To keep your exploration focused, write a research question or use one of the questions from the website. Then, you will make an exploration document in Google Docs. This is where you will keep track of sources and information. Next, you will explore the topic by searching the internet. Suggested sources are listed on the website, but you will also find your own. You will create a project to communicate the information you found. It is up to you to choose the G Suite application that best suits your topic. Finally, present your project to your class and your teacher, communicating what is important and interesting about it.
Okay, so let me click next. So again, you don't need to rewatch these videos since they're obviously in this video. So don't worry about doing that part when you're in the Google class.
Welcome to Technology, Ethics, and Security. Technology is always changing. A few years ago, it was hard to imagine things like wearable technology, 3D printing, internet shopping, and drones. But now they are part of daily life. Technology also has a dark side. You may have heard about hackers, stolen identities, online bullying, and disasters like drones flying too close to aircraft. In this activity, you will explore technology risks and dangers like these. You might even come up with solutions to keep others safe. Now it's your turn. Click Next to move on and choose a topic. Explore your topic in an internet search. Create a project in a Google application. And present your project to your classmates. Click the link to get started.
Okay, so I'm going to go to next, and then I'm going to show you guys the topics, okay? So again, please choose something that you're interested in. So some possible topics here are being a good digital citizen. So talking about cyberbullying and how people interact on social media, things like that. Drones and privacy. So if you're super into drones and you want to do a little bit of research about that. Pros and cons of wearable technology. So that might be something for some of you guys that you might be interested in. Passwords and personal security. How technology affects human interaction. The world of online gaming. So if any of you guys are super gamers, you might want to choose this topic. Protecting your information from strangers and friends. Social media and mental health. So this one is really important. If you're on social media too much, if there's a lot of negative things that you're doing on there. Connected but lonely, building relationships through technology. And then the last one is, what data are you leaving behind? So again, choose a topic that is interesting to you and then click on it. So I'm just going to click on social media and mental health, and I'll show you what happens when you do it. So you have to be signed in your Google account because it's going to copy the document that you need for the project. So you click make a copy, and then what it'll do is it'll have the summary of the topic. So it talks a little bit about social media, and then it has the exploration questions. So in this one, it says, how does social media use affect people emotionally? How can people ensure that social media benefits their lives and doesn't harm it? How can social media cause depression, anxiety, loneliness, or other mental health and emotional issues? So what you're going to do is they have a bunch of links here. So if you right click on it and you just click explore, it should pop up on your side here, and it's links to different articles. So this article here, if you click on it, is talking about, it says teens, this is how social media affects your brain. And so this is a whole article talking about how it affects the brain. So you could read through this, and then you could jot down some notes up here under your exploration questions, okay? So you can just kind of, you don't need to use full sentences. You can just type in some bullet points next to the question that you're finding the answer to in your research, okay? You do not need to use these sources. You can also just go and search and use your own sources, but then I would just ask that you add them into the list. So for example, say you didn't use like 2 of these sources, you could delete them, and then you could add in whatever sources you used, okay? So add them into the list. And then here, I just want you to type short bullets of information that you found in your sources to answer these questions, okay? So this is a really good exercise in research, right? So when we research on the internet, we always want to make sure we're using credible sources. We want to take a look at the date range of the source that we're using. So, you know, for example, social media and mental health, we know that social media is constantly changing, right? Even from like last year to this year, there's plenty of new apps that people are on and plenty of new games they're playing together and things that they're doing and trends and stuff. So you want to, you know, just be cautious that your information is relevant, it's up to date, it's current, right? When you're doing your research, you want to make sure that you're getting different opinions. You know, you're being careful with bias, right? That you're not just getting sources that are all just one way. You're really exploring different ways of thinking about the topic. So some people might have some positive things about it. Some people have some negative things about it, and that you're kind of getting a good balance to really help you, you know, come to your own conclusion about the topic. So that's what you'll be spending some time doing. And so you could easily save this. You could rename it in here if you want to, like, rename it exploration questions. If your topic is social media and mental health, I would like you to type your name so I know it's you. So you put your name at the top and then answer all of the questions, okay? And then you're going to share this with me when you're done. So when you're done with your Word doc with your exploration questions, you'll click the share button and you'll share it with eastpca@gmail.com. Then the second part of what you're doing, it says create your project. So I would like you guys to use Google Slides, because since we're kind of just starting out with the school year, so you can go back into your drive, you could go to new, Google Slides, get a blank presentation, and then just do about 3 to 5 slides summarizing the information that you found in your exploration questions, okay? So whatever you find, you know, like say you maybe want to have a slide about, you know, emotional health or something. How does it affect, how does social media affect emotional health? You could maybe have, you know, one slide on that. So hopefully you guys remember how to use this. You just right click here and get a new slide. You can add like different themes to your slide. So remember, pretend that this is your job and your boss has tasked you with one of these topics and said to you, okay, come back to me next week. I want 3 to 5, you know, slides summarizing your findings on this topic. I want the most relevant information that's out there. And, you know, for you guys who might be interested in pursuing a career in, let's say, journalism, or maybe you want to be a news reporter, right? Maybe you want to write for some sort of an online website, a news website or something. Maybe you want to start your own blog about a topic. These are great skills for you guys to learn how to communicate information, how to get like research and get the most relevant information about a topic, and then be able to use it to summarize and present to someone else. And I know that you will be doing a lot of these types of things when you get into high school. Because why? Because they want you to really have a good awareness of the world, right? And the things that are going on. And especially for us as Christians right now, we should have an awareness of all of the things that are impacting not only like our age group, but just the world, the community in general, because that way we can have an impact in those areas. So if we're current and up to date on the things that are going on, it's going to make us more relevant to people who aren't believers. And we'll be able to relate to them, you know, at their level where they're at, and really be able to speak into their lives, because we're going to have the knowledge of what's going on. I mean, especially for you guys, you know, getting into high school and making new friends and things, it's good that you're current on things and you can relate to the people and you're not kind of like in this bubble. And of course, it's important that you protect and guard your heart from things. You don't want to be looking at things that are, inappropriate. It's okay to have an awareness of them, right? But at the same time, I think the Christian life is all about finding the balance between knowing who you are, your identity, and what the Word of God says. But at the same time, knowing, okay, I live in the world, what's going on here, right? And what can I do about it? How can I navigate this? How can I help others, right? And be a light to others. Like say, for example, with this topic, social media and mental health. Just right off the bat, we know you're probably going to find a lot of statistics about, cyberbullying, about the impact that it's had on people, youth committing suicide and things like that, right? By their use, how it's impacted their mental health. And so these are going to be important for you, because then it's giving you like a greater awareness, right, of how this impacts the people, the peers, and the people around you. Okay, so 2 parts again. You're going to share your Google Doc with me. So that's answering all your research questions. You're going to have your source links. So it's really important that you always say the source of where you got something from. You can't just put an answer to something and you don't tell us where you found it. We need to be able to go back to the source and say, okay, where did they get this information from? And that helps to make you as a reporter more credible, right? That you're not just making it up out of your head, and it's not just your opinion. You're like, I went and I searched out the facts. I did the research. This is what I found, and this is, what it says. And then people are going to trust you and they're going to believe you more if that's how you're presenting your information to them. Okay, so that's the first part of what you're doing. And then the second part is you're going into the Google Slides and you're making about 3 to 5 slides. So remember, this will be like your title slide. So you might have social media and mental health. You can put your name. And then your second slide might have like emotional impact of social media. And then maybe you'll have a few bullet points just kind of telling us. Then maybe you'll have another topic here. So just a short, very short, presentation of what you found, the facts, the statistics, the information that you found about your topic after researching it. And then, like I said at the beginning, if you would like to just record yourself, just presenting these couple of slides, so really like no more than 2 minutes, I can give you extra credit on this. Okay, so if you want to just start off the school year, would like to do a little bit extra, you're more than welcome to, and I would love to see you guys present. It'll be good practice for you, so you can pretend like you were like on the news or something, like you're a news reporter, and you can just, like, I love it if you guys want to be creative. If any of you guys are into acting or anything, like that would be so fun. You could get on the video, you're like, good evening and welcome to the news. And today we're going to be talking about social media and mental health. How does it affect our youth? Right? And then you can go through, well, in a recent study by blah, 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 we found out that 28% of, and you can really pretend that you are reporting about this. And I think that would be super fun for you guys. So again, that's not required. That is a bonus. It's extra. But I would love to see some of you guys do it because it would be a lot of fun. Okay, so everything is on the 7th grade website. So it has all of your to-do here. So if you're stuck on anything, if you're having trouble with anything, just email and let me know. But I believe it is pretty straightforward, and everybody should know how to use Google Docs and Google Slides. We spent a lot of time even last year on these too. So you really should be getting used to, how to format everything. And, you guys should be pros at this type of stuff by now because we've been using it for a couple of years, right? Okay, guys, so I'll see you next time. Have a good rest of your day. Bye, guys.